Good afternoon. We're going to do an update on the rabbitry today. Here we have Rosemary and her 4 kits. We moved her today into the grow out pen. Oregano and parsley are due next Sunday. These cages do not have baby saver wire on them, so I moved them over to the dough pen so that we didn't have to worry about losing any babies from being on the wire. Anyway, Rosemary's 3 kits are doing well. She started out with 4 and we lost 1 last week. I had mentioned last week, I thought it was heat related. We had one of the bunnies start acting lethargic for a few days, and then on Sunday the head looked deformed, it looked swollen or something. Anyway, we lost that one. When I picked up oregano and parsley, I talked to the breeder about that situation, and he thinks it was a birth defect. He says that he has that to happen maybe 1 out of every 100 bunnies. It was just a birth defect and there was nothing anybody could have done about it, and that it generally doesn't show up until week 3 or 4. So a little bit of a concern. I hope we don't have to deal with that too much. It's disappointing, but I guess that's just the way it goes when you raise rabbits. Anyway, these guys have survived the heat this week. I did my best at sexing them today, and the best I can tell, Rosemary has 3 does. I'm not real practiced at that and not real confident in myself, but they did look like 3 does to me. They're 4 weeks old today. Maybe when they get bigger I'll be able to tell a little better, but anyway, that's how Rosemary and her kits are doing. Over in the next pen, we moved Ginger and her kits into the grow out pen. Ginger's the one that's quite hand shy and doesn't like people. Anyway, Ginger started out with 4 kits, and then on 24 hours later she had a 5th kit. The 5th kit we lost. I found it laying on the ground covered in ants, and posted it over to Rosemary, and it grew for 4 days and we lost it on day 5. And then we lost one of hers to heat last Thursday, the first day it hit over 100. So we did lose 1 so far to heat. Again, I tried to sex these little guys today, and the best I can tell, we have 1 buck and 2 does. I think that big guy right there in the corner, well, Ginger just hit him. Anyway, I think the big guy there in the corner is a buck and the other 2 are does. But they're doing well. Ginger has lost a little weight. She's not underweight, but I'd like to see her put a little more on before I breed her again. Because of this excessive crazy heat we're having this year, I don't think I'm going to breed anymore until probably August 15th or maybe even as late as September 1st. But so these girls are going to get a long break before they're bred again, and they're doing well. I built 2 new nest boxes. I was not expecting to need 4 nest boxes, but since I bought oregano and parsley already bred, I had assumed the breeder would breed them either the day that I picked them up or a couple days ahead of time, and I assumed incorrect. He bred them June 14th, so they're due next week. And then I have basil and nutmeg due 8 days later. So I decided to go ahead and build 2 new nest boxes. I built these a little taller and a little longer. I put tops on the new ones. However, after I got them put together, I realize they're a little more narrow than the other ones, so I hope that they're not going to be too narrow. We'll see how it works out. I may have to replace those. And those are the original 2 nest boxes that Rosemary and Ginger used. Over here we have the 2 bucks. We have Sage. It has been so hot. I have not messed with these guys. I just didn't want to stress them out. I've been feeding them and watering them and just leaving them alone. It's been over 100 degrees every day for 10 days straight. We finally got a break in the temperature today. It's down in the low 90s today. But this is Sage, and he's just hovering in the corner doing his best to stay cool. And then over here we have Cilantro. He's just doing the same, huddling in the corner, trying his best to stay cool. But they're doing well. Both the bucks are a little hand shy. They're not like Ginger to where they thump and get angry, but they are hand shy. I will work on them with that when it gets cooler. I'm just not gonna stress them out in this crazy heat. Over here is the big doe pen, and here we have Basil, and she has been bred to Cilantro. She is due July 23rd, which will be 2 weeks from tomorrow. She seems to be doing very well. I palpated her a few days ago, and I believe she's pregnant. So she's doing well, just trying to stay cool and chilling out. Over on the other side, next to her, we have Nutmeg, who is hiding in her house. Let's move around, take a look inside the house. Here's Nutmeg, and she's not quite as shy as the others. Well, she's gonna make a liar out of me. Good girl. She's also been bred. She's been bred to Sage. She's also due June 23rd or July 23rd. I palpated her and fairly certain I felt some babies in her as well. So we'll see how that turns out. It's so hot, so hot. I almost regret breeding these girls, but hopefully it'll cool off for delivery time. She's doing well. She's got her ice bottle, which needs to be changed out, and this girl loves chewing on her ice bottles. She uses up a lot of ice bottles. I just keep having to replace them. Over next to her on the back side, we have Parsley. This girl is one of the new ones. She is due July 15th, which will be a week from today. I palpated and she's far enough along. I had a difficult time knowing for sure whether I felt babies or not, but I think so. And she's the one that the breeder wants pick of the litter. So he's sent me a letter today making sure I didn't forget. He wants pick of the litter. So we're looking forward to having her. And on the other side, she's going to come out and greet us. Here we have Oregano. She was also bred and due July 15th, a week from today. We'll put nest boxes in their houses on Thursday. So that's pretty much it. The only thing that's going on right now. We got 4 litters due in the next 2 weeks, and we got the babies growing up. They're 4 weeks old today. As you can see, it has been hot, and all my grass is brown and dry and pretty much dead. The garden's not looking all that great today, but hopefully it'll improve now that the temperatures are cool. There's a small chance of rain today. So I'll leave you with a last shot of Rosemary and her kits. You guys stay cool and have a lovely week. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.